For a long time, earthworms were considered to be pests, so gardeners detested them because they messed up their paths, and farmers thought that they ate their corn and other crops. Now we know differently. Now we know that earthworms stir up the soil, they produce fertility by breaking down organic matter. We also know there are 31 species here in the UK. There are 300 in the United States, I think 3,000 all the way around the world. So how did our views change of these animals? Well, it was a young Charles Darwin who, after his return from the HMS Beagle, went to go and see some fields in southwest England. And he realised that the rocks and the lime and the marl and the cinders, things that farmers spread in their fields, would slowly sink into the ground at a pretty standard rate. And he realised they didn't sink at all, they're actually covered. So the power of millions of earthworms like this pushing soil up from deep below to the surface and covering all of the things that were there. Later in life, he even kept earthworms in his study, in his house, in Down House in Kent. And he thought that they had some sort of basic intelligence. He described them as being excited, having passions, even enjoying their food. At one point, he played piano to them. And I wonder whether they taught him about thinking about small things happening over long periods of time, and whether they inspired him a little bit to think about evolution over millions of years. Evolution by natural selection is a great theory, but his worm book, which came out just before his death, was just as popular. And why are there 31 species? Well, each one has a slightly different role. There are some that live on the surface of the soil, eating the mulch, the leaf and organic matter at the top. And these larger ones, they can dig up to 2 meters down into the soil, mixing deep layers with the surface layers. And there are others that live just a few centimeters beneath the surface. So these 31 species all have slightly different roles in producing fertile soil.